Hey everybody, Coach Alex here, and this is video number one of a four-part crash course. And this crash course is designed for women over 40. So if you're dealing with perimenopause, postmenopause, any hormonal issues, and you're just tired of doing everything right and you're still feeling stuck, the scale's not moving, or maybe it's moving and it went, you gained that weight back. So over the next four videos, it's gonna be very short, about 5 minutes long. I'm gonna show you exactly why your body isn't responding the way it did 5, 10, 15 years ago, and how to finally get consistent, lasting results without feeling restricted or burnt out. So each video is going to be a piece of the puzzle. So this first video, I'm going to teach you on how to lose 3 to 5 pounds. So finally get that scale moving, reduce belly bloat in just 7 days without starving or juicing. So our goal for this video is why your body isn't responding the way it used to. So I'm going to teach you the three root causes what's keeping you stuck. Number one is muscle loss. The older we get, we lose muscle and bone loss. That slows down your metabolism. Second is hormonal shifts. You'll feel that happening the closer you get to menopause. Hidden habits that are sabotaging your progress. A lot of people I hear say, I eat healthy. You can eat healthy and still gain weight. So I'm going to give you the first powerful fix today to make that scale finally move. And it's not going to include starving yourself, missing meals, restricting yourself, cutting out foods you love, no juicing. It's just real sustainable changes. So if the scale won't move no matter what you are doing. So maybe you've tried eating clean, eating healthy, you've tried cardio, Pilates, boot camps, just moving your body more. You've tried maybe detoxes or juicing, maybe certain kind of supplements, GLP-1s. Maybe you've tried cutting calories, cutting carbs, skipping desserts. You've tried different diets out there. Maybe you tried keto, vegan, vegetarian. There, whatever the trendy diet is. Maybe you tried all these things and somehow the scale still is not moving, or maybe it started to move and maybe over the years you've regained that all back and maybe more. So the frustration is real and you're not alone. And I want to tell you that it's not your fault. And it's not about willpower. So we're not focusing on willpower. I want to fix this together without starving yourself or punishing your body. So this is what we're going to kind of focus on. So one, I want to tell you it's not the carbs. I know whenever I talk to somebody, they're like, I'm cutting carbs, whether it's for blood sugar levels, or weight loss. You don't have to cut the carbs, and you should not cut the carbs. Carbs are one of three macronutrients that your body needs, and it's a great source of energy. It's just figuring out strategically how to include carbs. So, you've tried cutting the carbs, eating less, moving more, cutting your calories, and that is not the problem. The real problem is that your metabolism has slowed down and nobody has told you. So, why is your metabolism slower? So, one, we talked about muscle loss. After 40, or the closer you get to 40, usually like late 30s into 40s, you start to naturally lose muscle mass. Now, less muscle equals a slower metabolism. All your metabolism is how many calories a day your body burns. So a slower metabolism means you're burning less calories at rest on a single daily basis. Every pound of muscle burns calories. So 1 pound of muscle burns about 50 calories. So let's say you've lost 5 to 10 pounds, in a between 35 and 45, which is very, very, easy. It can happen without you even noticing. You're probably burning about 200 to 400 calories less now than you did 5, 10 years ago when you had more muscle mass. So that's the first thing is the loss of muscle. The second thing is going to be hormonal changes. So your estrogen, proestrogen, and testosterone decline at the closer that you get to menopause. When you get to menopause, it's pretty much non-existent. And that's where your body starts to store fat in weird places like your hips, your thighs, and that belly area. And it makes it even harder because of these hormonal changes. The third thing is hidden habits. So a lot of, everybody has different habits, but mostly, skipping meals is a big one that I see. That's going to slow down your metabolism even more, and it's going to spike your cortisol. So your stress hormone is going to go up, making it even harder to lose weight. Another thing I see is people are like, I eat healthy, which is awesome. I want everybody to eat healthy, but everybody's definition of healthy could be different. And also, what the government is pushing as healthy, when you see gluten-free on a label or keto on a label or healthy on a label or heart health on a label doesn't necessarily mean that it's focused towards those goals. Also, you can eat healthy and still gain weight. So there's a way to do it so you're trying to eat for fat loss. We're not trying to eat for health. we do want to be healthy, but there's a way to do both. And sometimes just doing it for health and just eating healthy foods, which a lot of people, think granola bars, some of these very high calorie, high saturated fat salads are healthy. A lot of people will think, vegan options, vegetarian options are the healthier version. And a lot of times they're not. So kind of understanding what healthy actually looks like and how to eat healthy and for fat loss at the same time and for your hormones at this stage in your life. The last thing that I see often is low calorie diet. So people are trying to eat, 1,000 to 1,200 calories, sometimes even that 800 calorie diet, which you'll lose weight. But what happens is when you're not eating enough, you start to lose more muscle. And we don't want to lose muscle. We want to lose body fat. If you're losing weight too fast, you're going to lose muscle. That means that your metabolism is even slower. You're burning less calories. So if you ever start to eat any more, you're going to start putting that weight on very, very easily. And that's where a lot of people get stuck in that yo-yo cycle where they lose the weight. They may lose it fast, and over years or even months, it goes right back up, and it's even harder. And it looks like it's not you don't even look as toned anymore because the weight is coming on different. So these are some of the reasons what's kind of going on. So think of your metabolism like a campfire. When you stop feeding the fire, and we're going to say with regular meals, protein, and muscle building movements, it doesn't burn hotter, it burns slower until it finally dies, right? So that's the same thing that's kind of happening with your body. If you're throwing less food in the fire, less food, you're just going to die down faster. So your energy is going to crash, your metabolism is going to crash, and a lot of other bodily functions are going to crash until maybe you even get kind of sick. To get to that fire roaring. So how do we speed up that metabolism? Get it, add that fuel back in. So we want to add quality fuel, and we want to do that with two things: protein-rich foods and fiber-filled meals. These two things is a good start to start to get your body the nutrients it needs to start burning more efficiently. The second thing is you need to start protecting the logs. We need to protect your muscle. We don't need to lose any more muscle. So one, we do that with adding the quality fuel. And then second, we do that with strength training. That's going to help you preserve that muscle mass. And then finally, you want to keep the flames burning. So we don't want to skip meals. We don't want to starve yourself. You got to consistently feed your body the fuel that you need to keep your metabolism right. So I have a 7-day belly bloat reset. And this is going to be, I'm going to give you kind of a framework of which you can kind of get started on your own. Or if you want to do this with me, I'll give you an option to do that as well. So this is kind of a generic kind of breakdown of what somebody's kind of 7-day will look like to help get that 3 to 5 pounds off in just 7 days. So one, you're going to eat meals with 3 protein meals, sorry, 3 meals with protein plus a snack. Your snack has to have some sort of protein in it. That's number one. No skipping meals. That is number one. Number two, you need to start strength training. And it can be just body weight. You can go on YouTube. If you don't know how to strength train, go on YouTube and just Google or just search beginner 10-minute strength training body weight exercise. And that's where you could start. Something that simple. Just get your body moving. We just need to start building that muscle back. And then we want to work on our habits. So this is a good habit that I like to add in if you're struggling with blood sugar levels, not getting enough steps in. Just you need to move your body more. So a 5-minute walk after one meal a day. Okay, so that can be a good habit to start. And then to kind of really help flush out that bloat, especially around the belly area, double your water. And I want you to cut high sodium food. So anything that comes like prepackaged, so if you're eating prepackaged meals, even going out to eat, they'll have a lot more sodium in it. We want to try to reduce that, okay? And that's going to really help you see that belly bloat go down. So if you want to do it on yourself, that's kind of your option. And this is just a result from one of my clients, Trina. She dropped 4 pounds, lost 2 inches in the first 7 days. Now she's down probably like 60 pounds. This was a while back. And she didn't give up anything that she really loved. So she did not feel restricted. And that's the goal. We don't want to feel restricted. So if you do want to do this with me, I have a 7-day Kickstarter trial. And what it includes is a personal training session. You're going to get nutrition for 7 days. It's going to be personalized around your likes, your schedule, all that. We're going to focus on 1 or 2 habits that we can start working on. That's going to take you, move that scale forward at a good pace. And then I'm gonna provide accountability and coaching for 7 days. So you feel like you have guidance, you feel like somebody's keeping you accountable, that somebody cares, helping you make adjustments if life does get crazy in those first 7 days. So a couple ways if you do want to get started, it is $49 right now. Usually it's 99. If you message, just drop Kickstart below. I will shoot you a message, or you can text me at this number 470-785-3161 and just message Kickstart. And we'll get started. So that is video number one. The next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make these results stick. Okay, so after these 7 days, we're going to go on to the next thing so you don't bounce back and lose that progress or that momentum. So I hope this video was helpful, and see you guys in the next video.